we are back and tonight we are going to be staying at the Virgin Hotel in Dallas.
We're really excited to stay at a Virgin Hotel. They're really known for being very fun, very quirky. This hotel is actually quite new. It only opened up in 2019 and it was actually voted the top 5 hotels in Texas in 2023.
So let's go and check out this hotel. We do want to say that we have been informed since coming into the hotel that they do not allow any type of professional cameras, which we don't have anyway. We literally just have a little like vlogger kind of camera. I wouldn't really say it's professional. Anyway, regardless, we just want to let you guys know that this entire video was filmed on an iPhone, so no professional cameras were used. We are room 1403, so we have come up to the 14th floor and we're gonna go ahead and check out our room.
So the first thing I noticed is that this hotel room is like 2 rooms. Now we booked the most basic room, so our expectation was that it would just be one small room, but it feels like 2 separate areas.
So like Harry said, when you first come into the room, it's almost like there's 2 separate rooms, which is pretty crazy for the basic room in any hotel. We have wardrobe on the side. We do have a couple of dressing gowns with the little Virgin label. Iron, of course, ironing board. So with the room being 2 separate rooms, it's almost kind of like this is the bathroom area, which is pretty quirky for a hotel to come straight into the bathroom. Over here, we do have the sink, beautiful mirror. Honestly, the vibes are really cute. It's stunning, to be honest. The gold taps, I love the tiles. And just behind me over here, we have the shower. And in here we do have the nice little seat. Always love to see that in a shower. And honestly, it's huge. It's a really big shower, which is awesome. I love the color of the shower, but I will say this is looking a little worn out. It's actually kind of leaking. A lot of the paint has has chipped off, so that's not the nicest, but I mean it must be hard to kind of upkeep the red, I suppose. And the rainfall shower, it doesn't look too bad. Probably could be a little bit more clean.
And similar to the other side, we have a second door, and this is going to be your toilet.
Just a plain old toilet in its own room. I like that picture. And then in the middle, we do have a dressing table. Now, I didn't know this, but Harry's just informed me. This is one of their little things, I guess. Every single room is gonna have a dressing table. Honestly, the actual table, I don't know if this is marble. It feels really good quality. And I was just gonna talk about how nice this mirror is. But for some reason, the ring light keeps turning off. Anyway, okay, it's went off again. I don't know what's going on there. We'll try again. But when it does work, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing for junior makeup when it does work. Over in the other corner, just next to the sink, we do have what looks like an extra blanket, your standard laundry bags, some of these nicer hangers. And we do also have an umbrella, which is good. It's been raining a lot in Dallas, so it's pretty handy. And I guess this is a yoga mat, which is pretty cool. And if for any reason you don't want to show the mirror, the sink, you know, any of this, we do have some curtains. You can just pull these shut, and then I guess it does make it into more of a dressing room when you just have the dressing table here, and then this is your background, which is kind of cute. Okay, so this way in this room is the bedroom, and honestly it's a lot bigger than I thought we were gonna get. Like I said, we did just get the standard room. We have this massive bed, which looks really comfortable, but I guess we'll judge that tonight after our sleep. So the bed, even though it's huge, we still have so much room. I can't believe we have a sofa, which is honestly really big. Not that comfortable, but I mean with these kind of sofas, they're never really going to be that comfortable. At first glance, everything seems pretty clean in the room. However, upon closer inspection of the sofa, you can kind of see here, it's like something has maybe, you know, been poured on it and it's dripped down. It does look a little bit grubby. We will say that when you're up close. And there is a random feather, which is not going to bode well with our third guest of the evening. We do have someone else joining us. Stick around to see who's going to join us in this room later on.
So right behind me, we do have the mini bar. There isn't a menu anywhere to tell you how much things are, but there is this little note that says, check your TV. The menu prices are obviously on the TV. Now we do have this first area, which is going to be all different types of alcohol. There is like quite a cool book here, Texas cocktails. I think that's a really nice touch. And then over here we do have some snacks. Now, compared to some other hotels, this is pretty good selection of snacks.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like you have all different types. You even have like a Luna bar if you're trying to be more healthy.
And guys, we do also have, for the lovers out there, I guess these are condoms. And then we do have some Advil. And
below, we do have a Smeg fridge, which I guess is their iconic red. And if we open it up, you are gonna see it's fully stocked. So in here we have some drinks I've never seen before. Kettle One vodka spritz. It's pretty nice. Union Bear is a local beer, which is cool. Some nice mineral water, Red Bull, sparkling water, all your nice soft drinks. And then in the door here, we have full bottles of wine, champagne, some red wine and some rosé, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a really good selection here. I mean, I wish it was complimentary, but yeah, it is a mini bar. Like Harry said, you do have to check the television for the mini bar menu. The prices are, like, would you say they're quite fair? No, they're not.
Say $5 for a Kit Kat and a Snickers is on the pricier side, but yeah, that's just to be expected.
And something Harry just pointed out to me was that you can buy the lotion, the shampoo, the conditioner. However, this is what they're talking about right here. And I don't know if this is really picking up on my phone, but you can see it's been used. It's like, ew, it's actually sticky. It's running all down the bottle. So I don't know if they refill these or what, but this has definitely been used. So the fact that they're going to charge you full price for that if you do want to take it home is it's a rip-off. And then down here we do have your stuff for tea and coffee. So we did notice, and I don't know if this is the same in all Virgin hotels, but the kind of coffee shop, I guess, is called the Funny Library. And I guess these must be the mugs that they use there, but I mean, they look pretty clean.
Yeah. We do have an assortment of tea and coffee. So we have some green tea, some English tea, and then I'm guessing these are some pour over coffee kits. So we'll have some decaf, breakfast blend. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
We do have a little quirky kettle. I've never really seen a kettle like this before.
Yeah, this is a cool kettle.
It does look like on the top, that's maybe where a sticker was. Not too bad.
Nice little touch that I've noticed is the books that they've left around the room. So one of them is Richard Branson, who was the founder of Virgin, his biography. And then some books on Texas.
I mean, sometimes with chain hotels, which I guess Virgin is, because you get Virgin hotels in a lot of places and there's nothing really to make them different. So I really like that they have, you know, the little Texas cocktail book and the Texas book. It just makes it feel a little more special. Yeah. And if you are someone who isn't from Texas, obviously we live here, but if you're not from Texas, it's fun. Yeah. It looks like just beside the bed we do have some, I'm guessing, complimentary water. And again, Virgin Hotels Dallas, really cute touch. I really like that, especially if you're not from Dallas. We did notice at the side of the bed that the TV remote is charging, which is pretty cool. I've never seen a remote like this before in a hotel room. It looks pretty modern and nice and clean also. Like we've already said, this hotel room is kind of made up in two separate parts. So you can close this to kind of block off this area. You do have a little peephole, and Harry's just informed me, I didn't know this, but you can obviously get room service here, which is great. And if you have this closed, they can deliver whatever you've ordered on room service in the first part of the room. and then you can just check the little people to see if they've been, and it means no one has to bother you. Overall, I mean, we're pretty happy with the room. It's definitely bigger than we thought it was going to be. There's a lot of space in here. Sometimes with the kind of standard room in any hotel, you can't expect too much.
I will say, like, there obviously was some areas where, you know, the paint was chipping or you know, the furniture was bashed, but I mean, that's to be expected in a hotel.
And overall it feels pretty clean. It doesn't feel, when you look close, there are some things like the sofa maybe feels a little grubby, the shower.
Overall, it feels very clean.
Yeah. We do have a third guest joining us tonight. It is going to be our little doggy called Romy. She's freaking so cute, and you'll see her when we bring her. We might have mentioned before, there is a pool here, there is a coffee shop, and there is a restaurant. So let's go and check them out. So we have just come to the 5th floor, and this is where the gym is. Wow. First impressions, it's huge. So we have just come down to the 1st floor, and this is where the bar is. And this is the coffee shop, but I think it closed at 5 p.m. so we'll try and catch the coffee shop tomorrow. So we're just coming into the Commons Club, which is the main bar, we think, in the hotel. And it's really quiet. There's almost no one here, so it's kind of awkward to talk. And I think this is the area that we're gonna have breakfast. Okay, so we have just come into a little cozy area of the bar. It's a little more private in here. We're gonna get a couple of drinks, and we'll show you guys the menu. And here she is! The third guest of the evening has arrived. Romy! Romy! So this wasn't here when we first came to the room, but we did mention it to the front desk, and when we came back with Romy, they had left it for us. So they have given her this little bag of treats and some poo bags, a couple of bowls for food and water. I mean, they're huge. And they have given us the dog bed. So it is cute that they do this, to be honest. They say they're pet friendly and they really are when they do little things like this. And Harry's just reminding me, they do also give you this little bandana. This is massive, and Romy loves her bows, but if we tried to put this on her,
It'll look like a dress.
It would look like a dress because it's so big, and she would never keep it on. Show them the windows, honey. She's so funny. Do you like it, baby?
Mommy.
So this is actually Romy's first time ever staying in a hotel. Her first ever staycation, honey, baby. I think she's like overstimulated with everything that's going on. But this is the first time Romy has ever stayed in a hotel. Baby Romy. Sit, baby.
Sit. Sit.
Oh, what do you see, honey?
Where's the birdies?
Do you see birdies, baby? So I think for the rest of the night, we are probably just gonna maybe get some food and chill out. Just because we've got Romy, we don't want to leave her for too long. So we might just get some food and bring it to the room from somewhere else. If you are going to be staying here and you do want to go to the restaurant,
I will say, being in the design district, you're walking distance from some of Dallas's best restaurants.
Yeah.
Like Carbone, the Mexican, El Carlos Algante, and the Charles, which are all amazing restaurants.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're really spoiled for choice when you're here.
Which is pretty cool. But yeah, so we are probably gonna get some food. We're gonna chill out with Romy, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning and let you know how our night was staying in the hotel. So it is the next morning. It's about 10 AM, but I don't think checkout is until 12. Which is quite good, actually. We didn't even have to pay extra for the late checkout. We just kind of wanted to talk about our experience just kind of staying in the room.
Overall, I think the room is visually really nice, but a few things that we did like encounter was the smell of the pillows. Like, they just did not smell fresh, and same with the bed sheets.
They almost had like that kind of sour smell, like maybe when you leave something in the laundry too long. And honestly, our night's sleep was not the best. First of all, the mattress, it was just way too firm. It wasn't comfortable at all. I mean, I've stayed in Premier Inns in the UK and had better night's sleep, to be honest. The pillows were so doughy and soft.
They were like flat as a pancake and so soft. Which,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, maybe you can ask for firmer pillows, but by the time we had got into the room and got up to bed, it was quite late.
And another thing was the noise of the AC. It sounded honestly like a kettle boiling. It was so loud and it was kind of on and off, so it was hard to sleep with that noise in the background.
The shower, honestly, the water pressure in the shower was really terrible. It just kind of dribbled out, not ideal. It was a rainfall shower, but it just felt like really weak.
The shower was just dribbling. So that was the kind of overall thoughts on the room. Really nice room, but really I just think
beautiful room inside, but just couple things that threw us off.
But anyway, we are gonna go get breakfast and we're gonna show you guys what that's like.
So we are just at the restaurant for breakfast. They have quite a good menu. We decided to go for something that we could share because we're not that hungry, so we went for the vegan pancakes that comes with agave syrup and a berry compote.
So because we didn't get a chance to show you guys the pool yesterday because it was really busy and they had really loud music, we thought we would just come up after breakfast before we check out to show you guys what it looks like. So we've just come through to this area from the pool, literally just behind Harry. That's going to be the doors to the pool. I did see on the website that they do weddings here, and I think you can do other kind of events here. And I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that these are the event spaces. an event. It's a cool space. However, it's not the cleanest. Look at this chair. That's pretty grotty. I'm not gonna lie. That chair needs to vacate the premises ASAP. When you come from the event space, so this is where we just were with the big doors. If you kind of come down this hall, there are some restrooms here. And this is kind of funny. So they've called it sirs and hers. And I don't know if it's just me, and if this is intentional, but this kind of looks like Richard Branson. I'm not sure if that's intentional. But yeah, that's a nice little funny touch. Okay guys, so we just finished up with breakfast. We do want to mention we really wanted to give our overall thoughts on the hotel while we were still at the hotel. However, our battery did die, which is why we are back in our apartment actually. So the Virgin Hotel in Dallas, for the room that we stayed in, it was the most basic room you can get, depending on the time of year and what day of the week it is, for around $260 to $300. So overall thoughts on the hotel, the room was beautiful. The staff were really friendly for the most part. The front desk staff especially.
Front desk and the valet staff were really amazing.
Yeah.
The few things that we did bring up when they asked us how our stay was, they offered to like comp our valet and some other charges, which was really nice. We didn't ask them to do anything, but they just immediately offered.
Yeah.
And were really apologetic, and from the check-in to the checkout, like the front desk staff were really amazing. Yeah. The bar and drinks overall, they had a nice selection of cocktails, although they were on the pricier side. They ranged from $18 to $20, which can be quite expensive, but it is a hotel bar. It is usually how it goes.
And it's funny because we've kind of spoke about this, and although the bar and restaurant seemed quiet, and we say quiet in the sense of we sat down to have a drink last night and there was zero atmosphere. I mean, first of all, it was quite hard to even find a member of staff. I don't even think there was music being played. Maybe there was, but it was really quiet. It was just a dead atmosphere. However, if you were to ask me, is this a party kind of hotel, we would have to be inclined to say yes. Like, we wanted to check the pool out last night. It was crazy up there. Like, the pool is very small and the music was pumping. Like, the party was going on. It was so loud you could hear it throughout the hotel. Definitely, if you were gonna come and stay at this hotel for like a relaxing weekend or like a relaxing stay, it would not be the right hotel to do that, in our opinion.
Overall, do we think it's worth it? It's a great hotel. It's really nice and aesthetically pleasing. If you're looking for something in the design district, I think it's perfect for you. If you want a more lively scene, definitely it's a good choice. But that being said, there are a lot of other choices in Dallas, 5-star hotels that do have spas and really nice pools that are more relaxing that you can get for a similar price range.
Once again, we just want to say a big thank you for anyone who subscribed to our channel, and if you could go ahead and like this video and subscribe, it would mean so much to us.
Thanks guys, bye.